State Superintendent Ryan Walters cites low reading proficiency, financial mismanagement, and underperforming schools. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Tatum Gwen.
And I'm Craig Day. At a news conference today, Walters took direct aim at TPS Superintendent Deborah Gist. We'll hear from Gist in a moment, but we begin with News on 6's Chin Doan, who was at today's news conference. Chin?
Craig and Tatum, Walters says Tulsa Public Schools is, quote, on a terrible trajectory. He says he and other state education leaders are weighing all options to improve TPS. State Superintendent Ryan Walters is calling for Tulsa Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Deborah Gist to step down.
In the last 7 years, we've continued to see failed leadership from Superintendent Gist here in Tulsa. What we've seen are students continue to have poor achievement, financial mismanagement, and a lack of specificity around academic programming.
Walters says 65% of TPS schools are in the bottom 5% of schools in the state. He also says the district is spending 52% on administration compared to 48% on classroom instruction. Walters says TPS gets more funding per student than most Oklahoma districts and claims TPS is mismanaging its money.
First, they have to reorient their finances to, number one, get to the classroom, but number two, be transparent and accountable to the taxpayers.
A small group stood outside the Tulsa GOP headquarters where the news conference took place. Joyce G. Smith Williams, who has grandkids in TPS, wants to know why the public couldn't talk to Walters.
Until he opens up and allows for open dialogue, there's going to be a problem, and there is a problem, and it makes me think that anything that he's doing is disingenuous.
With 10 days until school starting, we asked Walters what he would like to see from the district.
Tulsa Public Schools, by the end of this academic year, should at least be at the state average for reading performance.
Walters says he and the state school board will continue to evaluate TPS to decide what's next for the district's accreditation. He says the state school board will, quote, take action at its next meeting on August 24th. Live in Tulsa, Chin Doan, Oklahoma's own News on 6.